Hello, everyone. Happy Moon Day. Happy Spring Equinox. How are we doing, everyone? Hello, coming cloud. One love, one universe. Beautiful. So much love. So I'm just gonna dive right in as we start the stream. Waiting for people to come in and whatnot. I felt like titling this Grounding In and Healing Activation. So we are going to do a little meditation. That's just kind of what was coming up for me. I feel like that'll be helpful. I know that, to be quite honest, I feel very tired right now. I feel very exhausted, but I'm still here. And, you can see whatever wants to flow out today. It's been like, it's just been a little crazy, but lots of processing, I guess, for me still. Hi, Eternal Truth. Good to see you. Love the meditations. I'm glad. Yeah. I feel like it's been a while since we had like a good meditation on here. So I know that I will really benefit from this. We're going to call upon our higher selves and the archangels and ascended masters, of course, to come in and help us. I know I need a good little healing. I know I need a little energy healing right now. I feel like just a little tired. I've been running around the matrix, but I guess that's, if there's anything I want to mention. And I feel like I mentioned this in all my videos, but it's just so important, in these times to just have that balance, I feel very grateful and very fortunate to have this balance, this awareness of this balance between, again, our infinite love light that's just pouring in so strong, and, also being sovereign, that sovereignty piece, not consenting to infringement, being aware of, the wide array of polarity, to say the least, that exists on Earth, being able to be sovereign. I think it's just so helpful. Such a beautiful thing. Hi, Jeffrey. I have a twin in Connecticut. Wow, that's crazy. That's cool, though. I'm glad that she helped you out. Coming through. Hi, Leah. Ahoy. Yes, again, happy spring equinox. That's very exciting. I'm so excited for spring. Let me tell you. The sun came out today. That's been helping me so much. The sun is just so energizing and activating. Definitely ready for that. It's that time of year where it's like we've been in the cave. It feels like we've been in the cave for an eon. It feels like. So I'm definitely ready to come on out. All right, so now's a good time if you want to breathe and kind of get ready for this experience. Maybe relax, maybe light a candle. If you like a little bit of woo, I know I do. Get some crystals to help you out. Or just ground in. Yeah, I feel like I definitely need to ground in myself. Or if there's anything you guys want to share while we're getting ready. I don't have my bowls today, but I do have these tuning forks, so that's... Got 174 hertz. Grounding. Remember to breathe all the way to your feet. Breathe and heal. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate that love and healing. Yes, I am. As I said in the beginning, I was, yeah, I'm just really tired right now. Just navigating a lot in my field, but again, still here. I have a question. I want to meditate, but when I do, I feel like I'm having an out of body experience. My body starts vibrating and I feel like I'm falling. What should I do? A friend of mine told me I should hold dirt in my hand when I do it. Interesting, yeah. With the dirt in your hand, I assume that's maybe because you're feeling ungrounded. So I imagine the earth, holding the earth, or depending on where you mentioned Connecticut. So I imagine it's still probably pretty chilly there, but sitting on the ground. I think one of the best things you can do is sit on the earth and, if you can, tap into that sun energy, and that helps a lot with grounding if that's what it is. Um, yeah, that's interesting. It's hard to say because there's so many different things you can do. So I guess that's the biggest thing is like just maybe experiment with things that you feel called. But ultimately, what I feel like what I would try to do is um, so the key is like, I guess for me, whenever I have anything like that happen, is coming inside and calling upon your higher self, God's source, if you have any like beloved, benevolent guides that you work with that you trust, Yeshua, calling upon them to help you to make sure that you're really protected, that you're really in a sovereign space. And once you feel, like you're in a sovereign space, that's when it's good to just try to let go and surrender. That's really the key is to surrender and let go into that experience. Right. To the dirt to help you feel grounded. Yeah. So we're going to be grounding today. So maybe that's something you can try. You can try along here, and then maybe if you're still having issues, we can try to work through that because I feel like that is a really important point. So you say you get that crazy feeling like you're falling. Yeah. I feel like a lot of times a lot of stuff comes up. That's why a lot of people, don't want to meditate. It's like because as soon as you take that moment to stop and be still with yourself and close your eyes, there it tends to be like all this stuff like tries to catch up. If that makes sense, it's like all this stuff that you've been going through, whatever it may be, if it's from your day or if it's something else, trauma or anything, if something's arising, something's coming up in your consciousness. Usually, and as soon as we try to finally put away the distractions and we sit down and get still and close our eyes, oftentimes, that's again why a lot of people don't like to meditate really, because that's when all that stuff that's when that all that stuff will usually come up, and it can be very, very uncomfortable. But I guess obviously without ever hurting yourself, you want to be mindful about that. You don't want to be uh, I guess forcing anything. Again, it's that middle path. You don't want to force it, but you do have to allow yourself to get a little bit uncomfortable and keep um, pushing through that. Again, not necessarily in a forceful way, but if you're able to kind of push through. Again, for me, the biggest thing that I tell people, because it's like I understand things can be really, really intense spiritually. The biggest thing I tell people, and you can take this in your own way, is again, call upon God, call upon the angels, call upon your higher self, benevolent beings of light that you know and trust. You have to call upon them because they will assist you greatly and they will make sure you're safe as soon as you call them into your space and ask them for their assistance. If you're feeling, any of the weird, intense, or sketchy energies, that's what I would do. And then they're there because as soon as you call upon them, they're there. Maybe you can feel them. Maybe if it might still be fuzzy to you, but I assure you, as soon as you call upon them, they're there. and they will start working and they will start helping you. You know, for me, I have no ego about that. I'm just like, please, yes, come in, help me, you know, please assist me however you can. And they will help you so much. So I would do that. And then the next step is, again, I feel like the key is to try to surrender. Like just surrender, surrender, surrender. Like let go. Like surrender to the higher power. That is God, you know. That's really key. Because all this stuff will naturally start to come out of you and all this stuff will naturally start to heal. Again, I know it can be really intense. You know, whatever it is, if you're going through something like that, but you know you have your spiritual protection. And I also talk about shielding, and we'll be doing that before we start this healing activation. So that'll be a good practice. You know, it's good to have these spiritual techniques of shielding, you know, putting love light force fields around you, calling upon your love, again, calling upon our assistants here, our benevolent divine assistants. You know, it's really important that you call upon them, because when you ask for them to come in, they can help you a lot more than if you don't ask. So, yeah, calling upon your team and then surrendering. And then you just have to trust. That's the key with surrender. A lot of people don't want to surrender. They don't want to let go because, again, it's uncomfortable. And I totally get that. You know, I've been there many times, but I have found time and time again, you know, it's like if you can just be still and start to surrender. And again, you have your own techniques, I'm sure, you know, breathing, deep breaths, coming into your breath. Something else is starting to seeing it from the higher perspective, you know, whatever it is you're going through or feeling, being the observer, right? Because that's when you come into higher self mode, is you're coming from the observer versus, you know, again, if you're having an intense experience, you know, in your body or your thoughts, a lot of times it's the thoughts. And, you know, we'd be so used to it that we don't even notice if our thoughts are going crazy, you know, going on a rabbit hole, going on a tangent, going on stories we tell ourselves. You know, we tell ourselves these stories. And if we really invest in these stories, you know, whether it's something we made up or that, you know, happened to us, that was told to us or whatever, we start to believe in these stories, and then it's like they kind of manifest, so then it kind of loops. So that's why it's important to try to let it go. Like something arises, totally normal, you know, something arises, just observe it, see it, okay, and let it go. Breathe. Something arises, oh, that's okay, you know, have such compassion for yourself, because it's totally normal. You know, this is the human journey. This is just how our minds are, you know. It's like they're always trying to pull at something. So it's helpful to just keep observing from the higher perspective, keep surrendering, and keep calling upon God and your angels. No pride, like no pride about it. Like just ask them to come in and help you, because I have literally been a witness. You guys, I don't know if I make this clear or not, but like I honestly don't know how people live without the angelics, without actively calling upon the angels and working with the angels on a daily basis, because they seriously do so much, you know. And obviously, like, we have to do the work too. That's what we're doing here. You know, we incarnated on Earth, so like we're doing some really dense work, even just being here. You know, and that's our work, and that's what we continue to do. But it's not. We're not just meant to do it all by ourselves. You know, we have assistance, um, perhaps from soul family in our lives, hopefully as well physically, but completely from our higher selves, from God, from, again, our spirit guides, angels, ascended masters. You know, and again, with that, it's like you just got to start with wherever you feel safe, wherever you feel like you really trust. You know, I think most people inherently feel a big trust with Jesus, with Yeshua, with Archangel Michael, with their higher self, because that's you. You know, or you can just say God. You know, so whatever it is, that's what I really recommend, is asking them. You know, that's a habit I've started from luckily a young age, is is calling upon them. And they help me so much. So I really have to recommend that. That's like one of probably my life hacks. Because I'm telling you guys, you'd be amazed at what they can do. You'd be amazed at how much guidance and protection and just overall assistance and encouragement that the angels can give you on a daily basis. It's incredible. Yeah. Thank you again, Transcode du jour. I appreciate that so much. And thank you, Eternal Truth. 2332. Some good numbers there. Yeah, we have on March 23rd. It's gonna be 323223. So that's interesting. Hmm. Interesting. That's really interesting, Jeffrey. Yeah, I don't know if you'd be interested, but that's again, I offer raw Reiki and or hypnosis healing. So that when we do that, that's something we look into. Is we look into if there's any, again, sometimes people have what people call curses, or it could be black magic, or it could just be blocks or implants or entities, all kinds of stuff that can happen in the astral realm. So all that stuff can be healed and cleared, but it's good to be aware of it and see it and not be paranoid about it. Again, that's what I'm trying to say, I guess. That's like been the message that's been coming up really strong. I feel like it has been for a while, but it's just coming up really strong right now, is to like be so strong in your love light. And that's why, again, calling upon God, calling upon Source to be with you so strong, because our love is truly the solution to everything. And also, again, this channel is called Transforming the Darkness. So that's like a huge part of my work. And what I'm, focused on is, but being sovereign, being aware of the dark, being aware of these things. Because to me, it's like, it's important to be aware of them, not to become paranoid, because these things can make people paranoid. And I don't think it's about being paranoid, though. Again, you have to feel that and let it go, and not get sucked into those stories that can make us kind of compulsive, make compulsive decisions, or fear things. Because that's the thing, is like, you can look into the darkest stuff that's going on right now, but you have to be so grounded in this love light. Otherwise, again, it's like you can just get sucked into some crazy rabbit holes. So that's the middle path. Again, that's the balance of, like, to me, this is important to my heart, is like not avoiding the dark stuff, not acting like it's not there, or trying to bypass it, like being aware of it and seeing it to whatever degree you feel called. Because ultimately, this is literally how I see it, is like, it's only going to empower you, only to see it through that lens of, it's going to empower you, because you are an eternal soul, you are an eternal being. And once you remember that, and you remember your connection to God's source, and you call upon it every single day, again, no pride, like no ego, like we need God's source energy in it, whatever form that is to you, and wherever you are in your journey, whether you're just starting or whether you've been doing this for years, continually, especially being on the human journey, we need that God source energy to come in all the time, as much as possible, because literally that's how we clear all of these issues, is, ultimately, generally, is just having this God source energy, which is us, and it's naturally happening, but allowing it and calling upon it to come in and seriously, like, start to not only heal us, but activate us and activate our power and activate our abilities. Because that's when you see this dark stuff. Again, it's nothing to fear, but I think, as in a way, warriors of light, as soldiers of God, and let me tell you, I have felt like a soldier these past couple days. I don't know if I'm going to get into it on here, but you know, it's been wild. But truly, I'm so grateful to have this knowledge and have this strength. I might be tired, but it's not bringing me down. You know what I mean? I just have to rest a little bit, but it's incredible what we're able to do and what we're able to transmute. So that's kind of what I've been doing, lots of transmutation. So that's why I guess I'm a little tired, but it's normal. It's that's what I'm trying to say. It's not something to be discouraged by. It's not, seeing this stuff. Because to me, I know so deeply in my heart that I'm a child of God, that I am loved, that I am sovereign. I know that so deeply within me, that it's like, I'm not going to be shaken by anything. And that's the thing. Even if I am shaken by something on some level, I'm at my core, I'm not going to be I'm not going to be shaken by it. You know what I mean? So to me, that's like, I guess, what it means to kind of be a soldier of God. And it's a practice. It's a challenge sometimes, but especially when you come out of your own cave into the world. But I feel like a big key of it that I've learned is, it's like to shine so bright, shines so brightly that it's like nothing can like scare you in a way. You know what I mean? And we're all human again. We all have our times, we all have our, moments, but it's a practice to be able to walk the earth again like Jesus did, to be so full of light, so connected to God's source, no matter what arises. No matter what arises within you or around you, even if it does scare you or shake you or exhaust you or whatever the case may be, again, just like you just got to keep rolling with it. You just got to keep rolling with it and calling upon God. That's our biggest strength. That's our greatest strength. For some reason, when I said that, I thought of, it's funny how I quote the Bible. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not a super biblical person, but it just comes up. But, it is something that Jesus said about, I'm going to have to paraphrase it. I don't remember it word for word, but something about, I didn't come here. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but basically he said, I came here to be a sword. Maybe somebody knows the quote I'm talking about. I don't want to like say it wrong, but basically he's saying, I came here to be a sword. So I don't know why that just like popped in my mind. I assume it's because it's what he meant in a way. It's what I'm talking about is like when you shine so bright and you're so full of love, it's like a sword because it can like nothing can stop you. It's like it's like you cut through everything. You're just so secure in God's source energy. So I guess like in conclusion, that's what I'm trying to say is like, just call upon that God source energy every chance you get, every time you think of it, every time you can, anytime something comes up that is whatever, whether it's something that's negative and, weird, a little sketchy, or if it's something beautiful and you just want to, shout out to God's source creation because creation is beautiful, and it is us. That's who we really are. So yeah, that God source energy heals everything, anything and everything, truly, so beautiful. Freedom fighters, lovely to be here for the first time. Interested to know if anyone's vision has changed. Mine began to change last year. Now I see in high definition, like through a microscope, defined. Wow. That's really interesting. I can't say, I don't think I've noticed too much difference in my physical vision. It's been just kind of steady, but I'm curious if anyone else has noticed that. I definitely noticed like my third eye changing. We are part of everything and everyone, so those are also parts of us. And beyond this realm of duality, we all have each other's backs. Yeah, even here, all are and is working for the greater good. Unconditional love. Thank you, Leah. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing this wisdom. Thank you, the Dobermans. I'm glad you're enjoying that roundtable. Yeah, if you guys missed that, that was pretty powerful. So many beautiful people. So grateful. Every night I pray that I can wake up in the morning like Superman so I can help people. What these evil people are doing to us gets to me. I get angry at times. It's understandable. It's definitely understandable. And I think that's a beautiful thing to pray for. And again, like it's such a multidimensional journey because you can't repress these emotions that come up. They're very natural, they're very deep. You know what I mean? But I think ultimately, we just have to remember, to cultivate this emotional intelligence and honor every single emotion that comes through. Always honor those emotions and have reverence for them and recognize them and learn from them and feel them. And then ultimately, we transmute them, into strength, into power, into wisdom. I think it is important to be responsible, versus being reactive, being able to feel those emotions and not necessarily always, you don't have to be reactive, but be able to process them and then be responsible because they're coming up for a reason. It's like, again, it's like that's the thing about the darkness is that it's hard to be complacent when you see, what's happening. It's like it's hard to be complacent. And I don't think we're really supposed to be complacent. You know what I mean? But I also don't think, we're necessarily supposed to be um, you know, it's just a balance. Like everything is a balance, like not being too complacent, but also not being too sucked into what's happening. It's very, very much a middle path. That was what the middle path is, you know, being responsible, being in your love, being in your light, having, in one way, having a sense of neutrality, but also playing the role that you came here to play. Oh, wow, there's a hawk out there. Wow, I've been seeing some really beautiful birds lately. I did see a bald eagle yesterday. That was a really good omen. That was cool. Hawk medicine, anyone? Jesus was like Superman, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. 222 here in England. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Thank you all so much. So grateful. So I think now would be a good time to get into the meditation. Yeah, I invite you, if you can, to just relax. This would be, if you can, a good time to maybe recline or even sit or lay down, or however, whatever is comfortable for you, to close your eyes and relax into this beautiful energy. Yeah, so if you want to go ahead and just start noticing your breath. Taking in some nice, slow, deep breaths through your nose. Filling up the belly, filling up the chest, the head, and releasing all that no longer serves you today. Just taking this moment to find the present moment, find your presence, whatever that may be. Maybe you can put your hand on your heart. Feel your heartbeat. What a miracle. What a miracle. Feel that God force energy rushing through your veins. Gratitude to be here together with like-minded souls. This beautiful spring equinox. Allowing yourself to relax. Releasing any tension maybe in your back, in your shoulders, in your face. Allowing yourself to get nice and relaxed. And you can repeat after me, either to yourself or out loud. I call forth all of my divine power from the four sacred directions of the universe. And just intend all of your power comes back to you now. And you can, again, say either to yourself or out loud. I invoke the I am love light within me. I invoke the I am love light within me. I invoke the I am love light in me. And just notice, it might be subtle, but just notice this love light now is starting to fill up your body, filling up your legs, base of your spine, all the way up to your stomach, to your heart, to your throat, your head, into your arms and hands, allowing this white light so naturally to just come into your field and really, really shine bright. And now imagine this light surrounding you in a beautiful bubble, like a force field of your own love light that you have intended. And you can say to yourself or out loud, I intend that I shall be shielded from all infringement all day and all night, or all night and all day. And just feel this beautiful, amazing love light all within you and all around you. Knowing your higher self is with you. Just surrendering into this energy, noticing any sensations, observing any emotions or thoughts that may be arising, and allowing them to be okay. Just allow them to be okay. Knowing you are safe and protected. And in this moment, we call upon our higher selves. Call upon Divine Mother, Divine Father, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Yeshua, and Mary Magdalene to be in this space with us, helping us to ground in, to heal, to activate our DNA and our souls and our gifts. Inviting them in, welcoming them in now. So much gratitude. Continuing to breathe. And we're going to start with the crown. So imagine your crown now at the top of your head. And now we ask that any negative energies that are no longer serving us, any dense energies no longer serving us in our crown, that it may be transmuted, cleared. And that it may now be full of light and charged with light. Using that beautiful crown chakra to connect to your higher self, to God, direct pillar up to the heavens. Feeling it, blessing it. And now coming into the third eye chakra in the middle of the head. Breathing into it, bringing your awareness to the space in the very center of your head now. And now intending that any negative energies or dense energies that are no longer serving you, may they be transmuted now for the greatest and highest good. Very simple, very subtle, yet very powerful. Breathing that new light in and releasing that old energy out. And now intending that our third eye chakra be full of the most beautiful love light, blessing and nourishing and activating our beautiful third eye. And now moving down to the throat chakra, bringing your awareness now down into your throat chakra. And intending and asking that any and all negative energy or dense energy that's no longer serving you, in your throat chakra may be transmuted and released and cleansed now. Knowing again our higher selves and guides are assisting us so easily, so naturally. Remembering to continue to surrender. And whatever you're feeling is okay. It's perfectly okay. And now intending and asking that our throat chakras may be charged with the highest love light. Breathing it in, using our voice, using our power, using our gifts, our gratitude, giving and receiving, all areas in the throat chakra. Just blessing it so much love, so much light. Continuing to breathe and relax and surrender and let go. We're going to move now down into the beautiful heart chakra in your chest. Now asking and intending that any and all negative and dense energies, stale energies no longer serving us in our heart chakra may be cleared. Transmuted and released. Just let it go. If you're aware of the violet flame, you can also use the violet flame of transmutation to transmute anything in the heart that's no longer serving you. Just intending. Intention is enough. And then now, intending and asking that our heart chakras be charged and full of beautiful love light as much as possible at this moment. Be full of love light. So much love to help us balance and ground in, feeling our bodies, allowing everything to flow just as it is in this present moment. Feeling this love fill your heart and fill your shoulders and your back, the back of the heart. Breathing in that beautiful God force energy into your arms and hands. Powerful. And now going to the solar plexus chakra. In your belly. Asking, intending that any negative or dense energy is no longer serving you may be transmuted in your solar plexus chakra now. And know that whatever you're feeling, it's working. It might be very intense, you might feel it, or it might be very subtle, you might not feel it. But know that it is assisting you. Transmuting that solar plexus. Releasing all that no longer serves. So beautiful. So much assistance. And now asking that our solar plexus chakra may be full and charged with the highest love light so that we can stand in our power, we can stand in our will, so that we can act in love for ourselves and for others. And you can even imagine a sun in your solar plexus, burning so bright, so lovingly, so strong, that life force energy in your belly. Just feel it. That powerful light illuminating everything, charging you, activating you, connecting you to the highest and the holiest through your own power, through your own intentions, through your own infinite soul. Breathing it in and letting it go. So good. Transmutation and alchemy. And now we go down into the sacral chakra and the pelvic area, the area of creation. And now we ask and intend that any energies in our sacral chakra now that are no longer serving us, any negative or dense energies, may they be transmuted now. We intend and ask that they shall be transmuted now for our greatest and highest good. And now we intend that the highest, most beautiful love light comes in our sacral chakra and nourishes it for our greatest and highest good. Remembering that we are infinitely protected by our love light force field. Breathing in all this new love light into our sacral chakras so that we can connect to our own creativity. Beautiful. And now we come to the root chakra in the base of the spine. Feeling that root chakra now, bringing your awareness to the base of your spine, your most primal energy. And now intending and asking that any negative or dense energy no longer serving us in our root chakra may be completely transmuted today. Be transmuted and cleared and released. Remembering the power of your intention, trusting it, letting it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. You gotta let it go so that the new can come in. Just let it go. And now, allowing that love light energy to come into your root chakra. Asking and intending the highest love light energy come into your root chakra to nourish, to restore, to activate that root chakra, that beautiful root chakra. Asking the angels to assist us in grounding safely into our bodies, grounding safely into the earth, releasing anything no longer serving us in our field. We're going to go ahead and create a grounding cord between your root chakra and the earth. Just imagine a cord from the base of your root chakra going into the earth. And if there's any more anxiety or static or tiredness or anything you want to release, allow this to be released now. Imagine all of this releasing down into this cord through your root chakra back into the earth to be transmuted and recycled. Just let it all go. Finally, again, if there's anything that we need to transmute in our field, we call upon our higher selves now and ask to please transmute any of that, anything that's no longer serving us, to transmute it and release it, knowing how powerful it is to intend these things today. They shall be done. Beautiful. And finally, asking and intending that this beautiful love light fills our whole field, all within us and all around us, for our greatest and highest good. Just imagine a pure light. Maybe it's a white light or a golden light. Whatever color is coming up for you. It could be blue, purple, green. Allow it to just cleanse and activate you. This is the power we have. The more we practice, the more we're able to truly do magnificent energy work for ourselves. So simple, so accessible to everyone. And now, taking a few more moments to just surrender into this peace, into this love, into this healing, into this activation and this grounding. Just take one more moment in this state to breathe and see if any messages come up that may be helpful for you right now. Maybe it's a message or a picture, a sound, a feeling. Just observe it. And whenever you're ready, giving thanks for this moment, giving thanks to yourself for being here, for doing this beautiful healing work that not only assists you, but it assists all those around you and assists all of humanity in clearing these densities and these negativities, doing this true inner work. Thank you. And thank you to all of our beautiful benevolent guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, family and friends of light, soul family, our ancestors, Divine Mother, Divine Father, animal spirits, magical creatures, all the beauties of creation, fires, the waters, the airs, the earths, the ether, blessing and thanking all of it, having reverence for all of it, knowing that the gratitude for these things not only blesses them, but it also blesses you. Enjoying this. And whenever you're ready, taking your time, you can start to get back into your body again. Hopefully you're still in your body, but move your body, maybe open your eyes, remembering to breathe, Maybe getting some water. Beautiful. That's beautiful, you guys. I feel so much better. Wow. I know I feel so much better. Thank you. I'm so honored to be able to share that. And I hope that was a blessing for all of you. It's very simple, yet a very powerful thing. You can remember, these techniques, and you can also feel free to make them your own. But I think it is so important to know how to heal yourself, to know how to do these things, whether you consider yourself a healer or not. We're in times where we all have to learn how to heal and self-heal, and assist others as much as possible, when it's time. But we are all healers. We are all healers. We are all healers. And energy healing, I mean, that's my main thing. Again, I don't really take supplements or do anything like that. For me, it's like energy healing. And it's like a practice we just did, that simple, of calling upon your higher self and the beautiful benevolence, assistance, and going through and transmuting and then charging, transmuting and then charging. You can go chakra by chakra. I like to do that. I feel like that's really thorough. But if you don't have time, you can even just do that for your whole field, do it for your whole body, transmute and charge, transmute and charge. So beautiful. I mean, I feel like my face looks different. like I feel like I actually look better. I was like so tired when I got on here. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm glad, Eternal Truth, you had a good meditation as well. Hi, hello, Art of Arts, codename Love One. Definitely not agreeing with that. Archangel Michael is beautiful, benevolent force of love light. I know that for sure. I don't know where you got that from, my friend. Now I feel like going for a bike ride after this live. Yay, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. That sounds like something maybe I should do. It is nice. It's actually pretty nice out here. The sun is out. The sun is so beautiful. So I just want to, again, thank you all. All my love to all of you again. I hope that's beautiful. And you can come back to this anytime. You can do it as many times as you want, and you're going to receive new benefits from it. Or again, I invite you to make your own practice. Similar to that again, whatever, you follow your heart. But, I guess that's how I started this, and that's how I conclude that. Because especially, this is the thing, you guys, why it's so important to know these things is because it's good to practice this stuff while things are chill. You could say while you're chill, like especially if you're already feeling peaceful. It's really good to practice and master these things so that if you're ever in a life situation where things are really intense, or you're in a really intense spiritual situation, you can come back to these techniques and you'll be able to flow through them a lot easier, because you already know how to do this stuff. So I really invite everyone to do that. I think it's essential that we continue our practice, how whatever that looks for you, continue your spiritual practice, because again, it's these techniques and these tools that are going to save you lots of energy, and just amplify your ascension, just like everything. It's so worth it. It's so important. So again, I hope this is helpful for all of you. I know some people are just coming in. We just had a really beautiful healing activation and meditation, went through all the chakras. So if you feel like that's something that would benefit you, then yeah, I definitely recommend going back. But I think that's all for today. I'm so grateful, you guys. I seriously feel so much better. I guess like that's the beauty of me coming on here every Monday. Even if I'm like, I'm so tired, how am I gonna go on my YouTube channel? Like, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I gotta do it. And then, it always ends up making sense, because now it's like you can literally, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can feel and see the transformation like in my own face after that. I feel like before I was so tired. And now I'm like, I feel so much better. Oh my gosh. I can go for a bike ride, Eternal Truth. For real. Or maybe a walk. Either way, I feel good. Isn't that beautiful? and it's not about bypassing it. It's not about fearing it. It's not about being discouraged by it. It's not like, oh my God, I'm tired. I could panic about it, but then I'm just going to create a loop. It's like, I'm just going to get on here and trust myself and trust my higher self and trust what's unfolding and be in my love and be in my heart and be in my mastery. Nothing can go wrong there as long as you're doing that and being authentic and being real. And again, how beautiful it is that we all got to experience this. You guys, it's incredible. Sometimes, and I guess this is the last thing I'll say. Sometimes these types of healings, because if you did that meditation, like very simple, right? I mean, relatively quick as well. Very simple, very quick. Yet, so powerful. Again, with the spiritual stuff, it's like wherever you are in your journey, like sometimes these things can be really intense and you really can feel them, like totally, like really strongly. Other times it might be subtle. Either way, though, you're going to start to see more and more that this stuff really does work. This energy work, it really does work. Because it's weird. A lot of spiritual things are like this, where they are subtle, but yet they're really powerful at the same time. So, again, if you did that meditation and you go about your day, maybe you don't feel that different, but you will start to notice like things are different, once you take the time, hopefully every day in one way or another, take the time to, again, check in with yourself, relax, surrender, be still, transmute. I'm all about transmutation, every day transmutation, right? And then activate and charge yourself with your love light that's infinitely streaming into you like a God source rainbow waterfall, infinitely, that's what beats our heart. That's what takes our breath. Our God force energy is innately within us so strongly, it could never truly be separate. But the more we willingly, with our free will, willingly invite it in. Again, like I said in earlier, no shame, no pride, like no ego, like no, just invite God's source energy in all the way. And I'm telling you, it just blesses everything in your life. That's how we clear up all of these miscreations or whatever it is, in your life. It's like, it's literally the magic. It's the magic. I don't know what to call it. It's just God source energy. That's what heals everything. And so often we just don't think to call upon it. So that's, I guess, the big reminder for today is remember to call upon God force energy in anything and everything, no matter how big or how small. Because I'm telling you, I've witnessed so many miracles that I know it works. Maybe not always how you think it does, but it always works. I mean, truly, I've seen things that should be impossible. And I don't do it all by myself. I set my intentions and I do my part. I show up as much as I can. But again, we have so much assistance and guidance, with the assistance of, again, the archangels and benevolent guides, Yeshua, ascended masters. It's incredible how much we can get done. Again, whether it's protection, healing, activation, creativity, guidance, anything, encouragement. A lot of times you actually just need encouragement more than anything. So if you call upon it, it will come. Promise you. It's about intending it, calling upon it, intending it, being, just full, like no ego, just let it come in and surrender. Both are equally as important. Because the second part, once you call those forces in, they're there. Whether you feel them yet or not, they're there. They're really strong. They're very, very strong. In fact, for a lot of us, these benevolent forces are already around us so often that it's like we don't even notice because they're so huge. It's like people wondering if God's source exists, because it's like it's almost so obvious that you can't see it. But anyways, so they're there. As soon as you call upon them, they're there, like boom. That's your light family, like they got your back. And then you have to trust them, though, and then you have to surrender and allow and follow your guidance, whatever you're supposed to be doing in that moment. even if it goes against your ego. Sometimes it even goes against logic, but you have to follow your heart, whatever it is, it will be revealed to you. It will be. It's like whether you have to breathe or maybe, I don't know, go take a bath or go, it'll just come up. It'll just come up, but you really have to surrender. So simple and deep. Exactly, Amanda. Hello, Olivia. Beautiful soul. Good to see you. Kat. Thank you, freedom fighters. Thank you. Thank you again, eternal truth. So that's powerful, you guys. I thank you all so much too for all of you holding the space, holding the love light. I can really feel it. It really amplifies it. It's really, really beautiful and profound when we can do this together because it amplifies it, like exponentially. So I hope you all have a most beautiful day. Happy spring equinox. Maybe do something special. Again, this is one of those portals, today and tomorrow especially, where it's a really, really good time to set intentions. Okay? Because, I like to do my astrological updates. And like I said before, this is the new year. This is the new year. This is the time when everyone, whether literally or metaphorically, is going to be planting seeds. It's time for planting seeds. Again, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. So metaphorically, that translates as it's the best time of the year to set intentions for anything you may want to experience or create or manifest, whatever seeds you want to plant. Always a good time as well to think about anything you want to release, anything you want to let go. And yeah, whatever seeds you plant, as long as you keep just watering them and surrendering them, they will grow. Again, literally and metaphorically. So I send you all my love, all my gratitude. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. At the end of the meditation, when I said, see if any messages come up, the message that came up for me, and I think this was for me, but I think it was for everyone. It was definitely for everyone, is that you are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. All of us. We are so infinitely loved. It's so easy to forget that. But when we forget how loved we are, again, that's when things start getting sketchy. That's when things start getting sketchy. So it's important. That's one of the ways you stay grounded in love, is how loved you are, because you start to love yourself. And even no matter where you are, again, God loves you fully, unconditionally. God loves you. Your team, your guys, your ancestors. There is this force of love that is so unbreakable, so strong. And again, practicing tapping into that force of love light actively, not passively, passively as well, but also actively calling it in, intending it in, asking it to come in every single day. It will change your life. It's the greatest thing that I could probably ever imagine. I can't imagine not doing that. But that's really what blesses us so much, and that's how we're able to do incredible things, whether it's straight up miraculous things, beautiful things, creative things, as well as deep transformation, as well as like being able, here I am quoting the Bible again, but walk through the valley of the shadow of death and feel no fear. How do we do that? From love. It's not just about being a tough guy. You don't just have a fake ego toughness. That's, sometimes we have to do that, but the true mastery is just being in so much love embodied that you just know you're safe, you're connected to God. There's nothing to fear. God is always there, no matter what. When you really know that, you can traverse any path and you come back, and that's how we do alchemy. We all have challenges. We all have darkness. We all have things. All of us, every single one of us, no matter how advanced or not advanced you are or think you are, we all are basically in the same boat. Life meets us wherever we are, and we're always going to be growing and expanding and evolving here. And again, how do we do that? We transform the darkness. It's beautiful. Don't be discouraged by it. Devour it, really. That's how I see it. Just devour it. Just take it in, because how I see it, even if I'm going through it and it's really intense, deep down I know this is fuel for my transformation. I know it doesn't always feel like that when you're in the middle of it, but it always truly is, because I've lived that out enough times to where I truly know that is the truth. So it's just these types of things. This is the love I'm talking about that's so empowering. That's how we, come into our mastery. So again, okay. Thank you all so much. Sending all my love and gratitude to you. I can't wait to, yeah. I feel so much better after this meditation and see what the rest of the day will bring for me and for all of you. And I will see you soon. So much love. Take care, everyone. Happy spring.